So even if you're the most peaceful person in the world and you would never pick a fight, it doesn't even matter because sometimes the fight picks you. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu exists as both a recreational sport and a proven self-defense system. Unfortunately, most Jiu-Jitsu academies only focus on the sportive aspect. Gracie Combatives is 100% dedicated to street self-defense.
Knowing these techniques, principles, and philosophies of Gracie Combatives allows you to de-escalate the situation and avoid the avoidable fights. It's not in our nature to hurt fellow human beings. We want to defend ourselves and go home safe to our families. But at the same time, this person that's attacking us, I don't want to have to rely on eye gouging them and breaking their nose to defend myself. I want to use good technique, and once I gain compliance and they stop fighting me, I can get up and walk away and the fight is over. It's self-defense, not self-offense.
Even though Jiu-Jitsu as an art consists of over 600 techniques from white to black belt, studies have shown that only a few dozen techniques were used time and time again to defeat every challenger. And this revelation gave birth to the Gracie Combatives program. Originally, this program was created exclusively for the US Army, but since then we've made so many modifications and we've opened it up to the general public so that anyone can learn from anywhere in the world.
The self-defense is at the top of my priorities while being here. It's the mindset, the confidence.
Every single day we train our beginner students the Gracie Combatives program, which gets them ready for street self-defense. But the crazy part is that this also works at the highest level. In my last fight, I was up against UFC vet Thiago Tavares. For 3 rounds, I managed the distance, I managed the damage. I happened to use 34 combatives techniques, which ultimately led me to win the fight. So even though these are the most basic techniques that we teach, they're also the most effective out on the street and in the octagon.
Between 1989 and 2006, we discovered that most people who quit Jiu-Jitsu do so in the first 6 months as a result of injury or discouragement. And that's when we introduced the Gracie Combatives program on the civilian level and completely changed the beginner learning experience.
When you walk into this building, you're going to receive a welcome, off the mat and on the mat. You're going to feel this sense of gentility from your training partners, where they are here to help you and you are there to help them. It's a teamwork, it's a collaboration between 2 people to learn an art that will help us throughout the rest of our lives, but learn it at this pace that allows us to train every day and train for years and years and for the rest of our lives.
I like that we're all in the same boat, we're growing together, and we're all at this foundation building stage.
Just because we're learning how to fight doesn't mean we need to fight each other to learn. Even though the techniques and the principles of the Gracie Combatives program are 100% applicable at the highest level of mixed martial arts competition, we're very well aware that 99.9999% of the people who walk through our doors have absolutely zero aspiration to fight professionally.
The most important thing for any new student to know is that the threat is not on the mat, it's out in the street.
I've been wanting to do jiu-jitsu for a long time. First time I stepped into a school, it's pretty much you fall right into class. You start sparring immediately. And I'm like, well, okay, what's going on? There's like, just don't tap. Immediately I have a guy pretty much jumping on me. So anyway, it gets me in my ankle and he does it so fast that my ankle ends up hurting, I'm limping. This is my first day. I kept going for maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to that school, but I just got discouraged and I left. I didn't sign up to get beat up, you know what I mean? I came to learn. There's a fear to go into a gym that I'm gonna be shark bait. When I got here, first day, I felt embraced and I felt comfortable, and I also felt that the environment, the culture here was to teach, it was safety, and it was almost to bring you into a family.
Besides the street applicability of the techniques, what really sets the Gracie Combatives system apart is the program structure and the curriculum design. Every single student at every certified training center around the world has the exact same Gracie Combatives attendance tracking card on which we track every single class that they complete. So at any given time, a student knows exactly how far they've come and exactly what's left to accomplish before completing the program and moving on to the next level.
So every student that comes into the academy has their own card with all of the lessons on it. You know exactly the order of the lessons, what combination, which one's standing, which one's ground, and then every month there's a calendar that tells exactly which lesson's going to be taught on what day.
Since we've certified every single school around the world to teach this program exactly the same, if you travel on vacation and you visit another certified training center, any classes you complete remotely will be credited to your card when you get home. And what's really cool is that every student at every CTC around the world is granted free online access to gracieuniversity.com.
The Gracie Online University gives you that opportunity to do your best, put forth, extra effort and just really study whatever the class you're doing that day. I'll usually watch the video once or twice before coming in.
What the structured lessons do for me is I know what's happening in the class. I can watch it on Gracie University ahead of time before I come into class. I can practice, I can rewind, I can go over stuff. But in an unfamiliar environment, having that degree of predictability strips away all of the insecurity.
The bottom line is we've done all the planning. The curriculum is amazing, the instructors are unbelievable, and the system just works. Structure, safety, street readiness. If you simply show up to class and you commit yourself, it's impossible not to learn what the Gracie Combatives program has to offer you. We'll see you on the mat.